You're listening to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College sports. Now it's time for Hastings College baseball. From first pitch to the final out, Extreme Sports is proud to bring you every inning, every hit, and every big moment of Broncos baseball all season long. And now, let's go to the field for today's game. Extreme Sports is proud to bring you every inning, every hit, and every big moment of Broncos baseball all season long. And now, let's go to the field for today's game.
And hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Hastings College Sports here on Extreme Sports. Tyus Nebronic, Marcus Metcalf with you as we get set for a busy Friday of Bronco activities here from Duncan Field, where we will have the Great Plains Athletic Conference season opener, a doubleheader with the Hastings College Broncos and the Briarcliff Chargers here on Extreme Sports Channel 2. Meanwhile, on Extreme Sports 1, Mike Will is standing by in Wichita, Kansas from the Garvey Center as Hastings College gets set to take on Friends in the opening round of the NAIA National Tournament. And so we will have back-to-back and dual broadcasts for you here at 2 o'clock on a Friday. Can't think of a better day to be a Bronco than today for Hastings College Sports. A beautiful day here at Duncan Field as we get set for the Broncos and the Chargers. Again, the Great Plains Athletic Conference season opener kind of has a little bit of an opening day feel to it here midway point of the college baseball season as everybody now goes back to the 0-0 mark here in conference play, and we'll see what Hastings College under first-year head coach Victor Rojas has in store for the hometown fans this afternoon. You are listening to the pregame show, and when we come back, we'll have a chance to sit down and dugout with Victor Rojas, the head man here for the Hastings College Broncos, get his thoughts on the non-conference portion of the season and what's coming up on today's doubleheader with the Chargers. That conversation coming your way as our Bronco baseball coverage rolls along here on Extreme Sports 2.
I feel like from the time we were young, the golden rule was always something with being sisters in our house. They would always say, treat your sister how you want to be treated. And sometimes we did better at that than others, but
it only seemed right. You know, we both knew that we wanted to live close to family. And so we both chose to come back to Hastings. We have our families close. We have each other. We get to raise our kids together, and we both get to serve the community of Hastings. Mary Lanning picks out people that are going to help support our mission and our values here at Mary Lanning. They do. They want to recruit people that are continue to make us a strong organization and continue to provide that exceptional patient care.
there are people all around me constantly to support me in my personal life. Also in my career, people are always advocating for me to grow and to learn.
We're two sisters here that believe in Mary Lanning and the mission and values here, and we're going to continue to support this community for as long as we can.
Hastings College baseball coverage continues here on Extreme Sports as we continue with our pregame show activities, getting you all set for a doubleheader here on a Friday afternoon between the Hastings College Broncos and the Briarcliff Chargers. Spending a few good minutes in the dugout now with the head man of the Hastings College Broncos, Victor Rojas, joining us here in year number one. Coach, I know we talked in the offseason, and it was kind of about building a winning culture, building a winning program, putting a product on the field that Hastings baseball supporters can be proud of. And from everything that I've heard, we're starting to check some of those boxes. Give us kind of the non-conference portion of the schedule and a recap, if you will, and what you've seen from the team.
Well, it's good to chat with you once again, but as far as our first 20 games of the year, I feel like, or first 16 games, I should say, of the year, I feel like we're in a place where we want to be. Obviously, we still have some work to do as we start conference play today, but I think we've figured out kind of who we are, what we're all about, our resiliency, and our competitiveness. But like I said, every team right now has a lot of things to clean up. There's very few teams that are just separating themselves from everybody. If you look across college baseball, whether it's D1 down to NAI or JUCO, everybody is beating everybody. And I think it kind of plays into what we told our guys back in August. Why not us? Why can't we win a conference championship this year in year one? And, obviously with the way we started, it's a good way. But now the gauntlet starts. All that preseason stuff is great and it's fun, but now the real deal happens, and just got to come out and play our game.
As far as today is concerned, it kind of has that opening day feel, even though it's middle of the season. It's a conference opener, and this, of course, important. With that old coach speak verbiage, where it's everybody 0-0 here, and so kind of a new season begins. Do you get that the opening day jitters, kind of, so to speak, for today?
No, not at all. I think it's kind of great that it works out well that Division I conference play starting this weekend too. So it kind of goes hand in hand. I know there's conferences, whether it's the GSAC out the West Coast, KCAC, they've already started conference play. They're about 2-3 weeks into their conference play. So I kind of like the fact that we're starting now, and it kind of coincides with what NCAA is doing as well. But no, as far as nerves, no. I mean, you always have butterflies before every game as a coach, because you want the guys to succeed. I mean, that's ultimately what we want for our guys. But, for me, it's another game. If this was day one, like it was back in late February when we were down in Shreveport or in the Cajun Collision, a little different. But, no, it's just another opponent, and we just got to worry about us.
Back here at Duncan Field, and as with any season, pitching and defense is such a premium when you're here at this ballpark. The way it plays with the dimensions. Talk about your pitching and defense, and how satisfied with you with the progress that has been made so far this year.
I think we're still a work in progress. I think we've made huge strides comparatively speaking to last year. But obviously we brought in 26 new guys, so you're going to have some sort of a change, at least one would hope. But we still have, especially from a bullpen perspective, we've got some guys that need to work out the kinks and be able to throw strikes a little bit more consistently. Our starters have been very good. And obviously now that we're in conference play, that's what we focus in on, is trying to shorten games as much as possible. Offensively, we are who we are. We're going to score some runs. We're going to run the bases hard. We're going to create as much chaos as possible, regardless of the opponent, regardless of the score. And so just try to put as much pressure on the defense as possible. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're still evaluating. Obviously, we have an idea. Everything is funneled to this point, to conference play. We know who we're going to go with primarily. As we saw on Tuesday, a game that was going sideways. We had a freshman who we had just talked to last week about, I don't know if we're going to be able to get innings for you. We might have to redshirt you. And he's the guy that comes in, throws an inning in 2/3, the one guy that can throw strikes and picks up his first college win. So, when given the opportunity, you got to step up, especially on the mound.
Coach, let's talk about, who's going to be getting the rock as far as this weekend is concerned. All told, putting 4 games into a 2-day window here. What's the pitching rotation strategy going into this weekend?
The rotation remains pretty much the same we've done all year long. Connor Weber, redshirt freshman, will get the start in game 1. Evan Chavez, a transfer, will get the start in game 2 today. And then game 1 tomorrow on Saturday, Mark Miller will get the start in the 7-inning game. And then Eduardo Gali, another transfer from El Paso Community College, at the start in the final game. But that's kind of how we've run things. We flip-flop. Evan had the first start of the season, and then we flip-flop him and Connor, and it's kind of worked out that way.
Well, as the great Cub once said, wearing a Cardinal hat, that's weird that I would quote it, but Ernie Banks said it's a beautiful day. Let's play 2. Coach, good luck this afternoon. We'll talk when it's all over, sir.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hi, this is Terry Anstein, President, 5 Points Bank of Hastings. On behalf of our shareholders, directors, and staff, I would like to thank all of our great customers for helping us become the fastest growing bank in Hastings. I would also like to invite everyone in the Hastings area to stop in and visit with one of our bankers and learn how we can be your bank for the long run. Locally owned, locally managed, 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Member FDIC.
High Street Insurance and Financial Services, we are agents of change. We believe life is full of new opportunities, and we guide you forward with strength and confidence so together we can build stronger, more resilient communities, illuminating the path ahead where opportunities are always within reach. We do it for all our futures. High Street Insurance and Financial Services, located at 3606 Cimarron Plaza, Suite 280 in Hastings.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Check it out.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey. So trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Welcome back to Duncan Field here this afternoon as we get set for the Great Plains Athletic Conference opener. Hastings College Broncos and the Briarcliff Chargers. Tyson Nevronica and Marcus Metcalf along here at Duncan Field for the first doubleheader of the day. We've got 4 games that we're going to try to squeeze into 2 games. Mother Nature postponing what was planned for Sunday to kind of put the finishing touches on this series, Marcus. But nonetheless, these 2 teams, as we get set to open up GPAC play, it's always competitive from front to top. And this one appears to be, as in years prior, anybody's race here once we get the season underway.
Yeah, GPAC in any sport, like you mentioned, any sport, it's always competitive from top to bottom. Everybody's going to beat up on everybody. That's what it is in conference play, and the GPAC is no different. There's always going to be a log jam somewhere in the middle of the pack. But no, like you said, these 2 teams battle it out every time these guys step on the field, and I expect to see 4 great games here in the next 2 days.
Again, coming up here, the Hastings College Broncos and the Briarcliff Chargers. Hastings College officially getting the home portion of their season underway with that matchup against York. In that matchup, a little unconventional. Broncos typically have been a team that's kind of built on small ball and speed, and we're going to see a little bit of that. But we've implemented a little power with these 23 guys that Victor Rojas has brought in here for year number 1. The ball was flying out of here the other night.
Say, Evan Morrison's hit 2 of those babies here on I believe it was Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever it was. They played York, and I think that ball still hasn't got down the street yet as much as he's been hitting it. But no, if you're not too familiar with this ballpark, I'll just give you dimensions really quick. It's 370 down the left field line, 405 in the power alleys, which is right and left center, 408 to dead center field, and 367 down the right field line. And you're facing the southeast, so usually in the summertime, you get a crosswind. It's hard to hit this baby out. So it's only been 198 of them in this ballpark who have been hit home runs out of here. So it is very tough to hit one out here. But no, a lot of power in this lineup. Like you said,
Hastings College baseball the last several years, we'll call it what it is. I mean, it was kind of met with a few sighs every now and then when you got to the midway point of the year. And rebuilding what was a winning culture previously, I think was a big goal here of this coaching staff. And the players have had to buy in right away. And you bring in 23 new guys, and it kind of lights a fire into those who were previously here before to meet that winning standard. Marcus, I think in the non-conference we've done that.
Oh, absolutely. You got 23 new guys, like you mentioned. And these guys, for the ones that have been here 4 or 5 years roughly, the juniors and seniors, they haven't seen a lot of winning. They've seen 7, 8, 9 wins total in a season. We're already at 10 wins already, and we're just starting conference play. The potential of this team to win, 25 games maybe, 20, 25 games, and you win 10 or 15 in the GPAC, that's something that hasn't been done in a long time. So it's this team has the potential, and I think Coach Rojas has got the right team to do it.
Going to be a beautiful day here at the ballpark. 50 degrees here at first pitch, and we're anticipating a high of around maybe 55 today. There is a wind advisory, although current wind speeds 3 miles per hour with gusts coming out about 8 out of the west. So not an overly blustery day, certainly not anything like the gale force conditions that we had yesterday at the Bill Smith softball complex. Should be a great day to bring the family out to the ballpark to watch some great Bronco baseball here at Duncan Field. We'll come back for the starting lineups and play-by-play. It's Bronco baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Hi, this is Terry Anstein, President, 5 Points Bank of Hastings. On behalf of our shareholders, directors, and staff, I would like to thank all of our great customers for helping us become the fastest growing bank in Hastings. I would also like to invite everyone in the Hastings area to stop in and visit with one of our bankers and learn how we can be your bank for the long run. Locally owned, locally managed, 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Member FDIC.
Did someone say ice cream? It's time to chill out this summer and make your favorite Dairylicious dream come true. Whether you are craving ice cream, yogurt, cottage cheese, tangy dips, or all of the above, Highland is bringing the savings to satisfy those cravings guilt-free. Visit highlanddairy.com/savings to scoop up coupons, try new recipes, and spin for a chance to win fun prizes. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
We welcome you back to Duncan Field here on a Friday afternoon as we get set for the Great Plains Athletic Conference season opener. Hastings College Broncos, Briarcliff Chargers here on a Friday afternoon. Let's go ahead and take a first look at our starting pitcher here. Young freshman Cooper Weber coming in as he gets the nod for Victor Rojas in the Hastings College Broncos. His battery mate will be Peyton Vargas doing the catching this afternoon. The rest of the Broncos will line up defensively like this. At the hot corner, it'll be Diego Martinez. At first base, the talented young freshman Cooper Weber coming in as he gets the nod for Victor Rojas in the Hastings College Broncos. His battery mate will be Peyton Vargas doing the catching this afternoon. The rest of the Broncos will line up defensively like this. At the hot corner, it'll be Diego Martinez. At first base, the talented power hitter that his power was on display Tuesday night, Evan Morrison, getting the nod at the first base bag. Then up the middle for the Broncos at shortstop, it'll be Jace Valdez. You have Tyler Rojas at second base. And out in the outfield, Samuel Bruno in left. It'll be Cody Haynes in center. And is out in right. Meanwhile, for the Briarcliff Chargers, they will lead things off with the right fielder, number 7, Cale Walrod. Nico Saul will hit second, and Cade Marquardt doing the catching. He will bat third for the Chargers. So just about set away. Marcus, I'll be honest, I'm just excited to really get my first eyeballs on this baseball team. Victor Rojas, year #1, a lot of hype, a lot of energy, and a lot of excitement, and I think we're all just in the same boat. We're excited to see him play.
Oh, absolutely. I am excited. I mean, when we first talked to him, or just say you guys talked to him back in August when he was first hired here on Huddle Up, and you guys were excited then. I'm just excited now as we're getting ready to set here, play baseball here, get our first look here at this year's Broncos game.
And the first pitch from Weber is going to be fouled away off to the right-hand side. Here from Duncan Field. Walrod stepping into the right-handed batter's box. Briarcliff in their blue tops, gray pants. The yellow numbers trimmed in white. If you are a AA baseball fan, you may recall the Montgomery Biscuits, a AA franchise out of Tampa Bay. They look like the Biscuits jersey from minor league baseball. Meanwhile, Hastings College, Victory Whites, the home whites today, with that beautiful old-school Hastings College trim. As it's 1-2 here to the leadoff hitter, Cale Walrod. The pitch from Weber on the outside corner and ducks away low. Evens the count here at 2-2. Walrod looks in and fires. And did that catch the knob of the bat? I believe it did.
Yep, it did. It caught the knob of the bat, and the batter knew it. Didn't try to sell it.
Weber, delivery, fouled out of play. Couple sharp foul balls here. As Walrod tries to time him up.
So you didn't park close today, did you?
I parked in my usual spot.
Okay.
Which creates for about a mile walk, but so far we are foul ball free as we have a flare down to right field, a diving grab out there, and making the catch out in right is Tristan Martinez. No, it's going to be foul. Popped out of the glove. I thought I had saw him come down with the out sign.
Mm-hmm.
But the ball pops out of the glove. The call is changed, and it's a foul ball. Great effort nonetheless from Tristan Martinez out and right.
Yeah, great effort. Yeah, I did the same thing. I thought he came up with it too, and the ball just popped right out of the glove. But still 2-2 count.
Roger Dorr, longtime Hastings College supporter and donor in the house.
All right.
Finding his seat as this ball misses on the inside. Big baseball fan, too.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Dorr.
Yes, and I think Coach Bobby's also in the house, too. Longtime Bronco baseball coach.
Here's the 3-2 from Weber. It's an off-speed, and it locks him up on the knees. Strikeout number 1 for Cooper Weber. As that'll bring up Nico Saul now. And after a good battle at the plate, Walrod fouling off 3 or 4 foul balls. Weber is able to punch him out. Now back to work here on the left-handed hitting Nico Saul. Cade Marquardt waiting in the on-deck circle. Reno Padilla, the third baseman, hitting 4th. Damon Schmid, the center fielder, hitting 5th as this one's chopped foul. Caleb St. Cyr, the designated hitter, hitting 6th. Jake Christensen batting 7th, will play 2nd. Grant Diversey out in left, hitting 8th, and Grayson Kay, the shortstop, rounding out the 9 here for the Briarcliff Chargers. Pitch just misses on the outside corner, bring the count to 1-2. Weber rocks and fires. Pitch inside, just misses him. Even Stevens at 2-2.
I like the aggression early on there by Weber, pounding the zone as much as he can, get it inside, go outside with it, just trying to confuse the hitters a little bit.
That was one of my big takeaways talking to Victor in the offseason, Marcus, was he wanted strike throwers.
Yep.
This is a strike throwers ballpark. If you can put the ball in play, get your defense to make some plays behind you, more often than not, you're going to have success. And quite frankly, the last couple of years, we just haven't pitched very well in our own home park, as Nico Saul is going to need a bag of ice when he gets back to the dugout. He wears 1 hit by pitch.
No, but you're exactly right. In most ballparks, you can't get away if you hang a curveball or something like that. In this place, you're going to need a poke just to get this baby out of here, or at least over 370 or 367 down the lines.
Cade Marquardt now stepping up to the plate, doing the catching here for the Chargers on this Friday afternoon. As Weber rocks and fires, and a one-hopper. Nicely covered up there by Vargas. Quickly back up to the feet. Nothing on from Nico Saul over at the first base bag. 1 down by way of the strikeout. Saul with an extra half step. A pitch on the outside corner. In there for a strike from Weber.
Yeah, yesterday we saw Sam Skinner turn a nice 5-4-3 double play in that softball game yesterday. We'll see another one here from start with Diego Martinez over on the hot corner.
Nothing more beautiful than going around the horn for a double play. 5-4-3 may be one of the prettiest things on the planet in this baseball fan's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Swinging strike, strike 2. Count is 1-2. Here to Marquardt. Cleanup hitter Reno Padilla in the on-deck circle for the Chargers as Weber delivers, and it's low. Counts even at 2-2. You mentioned strike throwing. Big part of the emphasis here going into the 2026 campaign. And one thing that does is it gets you ahead in the count. And so you can do things like that with waste pitches, try to get batters off balance and try to swing and miss. We were so far behind in the counts the last couple of years, we just couldn't really get creative on the bump.
Say a lot of ball throw and a lot of hit by pitches.
Yeah.
That was our big issue. You're hitting guys on base, and then one guy just belts one to left center, and they're scoring 3, and you're pretty much innings over at the point where we're going to have a timeout. Coach Rojas going to go to the mound here.
So something he didn't like, maybe signals crossed up. As we will...
I think we had an injury.
Yeah. This must have been relayed from either the catcher, Vargas, or the pitcher, Weber. Relayed something, and Victor Rojas immediately called timeout. He wants to check on his pitcher here, and he's calling for the trainer. They're going to talk things over, make sure it's A-OK. As Rojas will retreat back to the dugout. Sometimes you see that. If the catcher thinks there's something a little funky, he'll make a sign to the coaching staff, hey, go out and check on him.
Yep. That's being a teammate right there.
Weber says he's good to go. Let's have the payoff pitch. Here's the 3-2. Working on Caden Marquardt. Runners off on the pitch. This ball is slapped foul. And not a run. Nobody warming up in the bullpen yet, so somebody's getting a good jog in from the Bronco dugout. As Weber will go back to work here on Marquardt. Just underway here in the top half of the first. First game scheduled for 7. Second game for 9, unless this one goes extra. It's pop fly, right field. Camping out is going to be Tristan Martinez. The batter has to race back. Here's going to be a throw to first, but the runner's going to slide back in safely as the throw was wide. Backed up on the play from the third baseman, Martinez. Pop fly, and that forces the runner to go back on the hit and run. So Saul retreats back to first, and now Reno Padilla steps up to the plate as the Broncos try to strand a base runner.
Yeah, Saul was very fortunate that he was already around second base already, and that ball wasn't on line.
Saul sitting at the first base bag. Now gets a look over from Weber after 2 straight goes. That one in at the knees for the first strike. Weber pounding the zone here early for the Broncos. 1 strikeout. As he was able to get the leadoff batter, Cale Waldrod. Off speed upstairs, taken for ball 1. Count is even. Stevens at 1 apiece. Hastings College Baseball this afternoon brought to you by 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Also by Mary Lanning Memorial Healthcare. Tyson Nebranek, Marcus Metcalf with you here on Extreme Sports 2. The main guy, the big guy, Mike Will. He's in Wichita, Kansas. We'll try to keep tabs on the Hastings College women as they get set to take on Friends University in the opening round of the NAIA National Tournament. Swinging strike 2 here on Padilla. Weber going for another punch out. This ball is chopped foul, backing out the play. Into the parking lot. Few fans continuing to shuffle on in here to the ballpark. You didn't hear it from me, but it's a good day to play hooky, gang. Go ahead and take that late lunch break and just forget to show back up to the office. Taking some ball. 2-2, 2 down.
It's hard to get a nice day in March to come out and watch a baseball game. You don't get it very often.
We will take it.
Yes.
Preferred the mid-70s like we had last week, but this is just fine. Here's the 2-2. Pitch on the outside, and now the count goes full again. Give Briarcliff credit. They're extending these at-bats. We've seen now, I think this is the third 3-2 count that Weber has been after. So they're working him full. A payoff pitch once again Saul will be off on the pitch. That pitch on the outside. Weber was walking back towards the dugout. He would like ABS integrated at the NAIA level. Reno Padilla draws the walk, so a hit batter and a walk. The two base runners here for the Chargers. As that'll bring up Damon Schmid down to the plate. Damon, the center fielder, hitting fifth here in the lineup for the Chargers here this afternoon. Coop checks the runner at second. Rocks and fires, gets that call. As he goes to the outside corner on the left-handed batter. The outside corner on the right-handed batter didn't look too bad either the pitch before. Now Cooper's got to settle in and attack here. Chopper, second base sign. Going to be fielded by Rojas. Flipped over to Morrison in time for 3 putouts, and 2 are retired here in the top half of the first for the Chargers with no runs on the board. Broncos